You are now tuned in to the Ambition Hour podcast on Worth the Wait Radio.
Dub T, motherfucking dub, ho.
Yo, and welcome to the Ambition Hour podcast. It's your girl, Audi 3000, and this is episode 95. Yay! I am so excited to be back in front of you guys. If you're listening to us, thank you so much. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you are watching us on YouTube, then you can see that I am not alone. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce our special guest. His name is IAMRANI. So give it up to IAMRANI, everybody. Let's welcome him to the Ambition Hour podcast. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so grateful to have you here. If this is your first time tuning in, listening, make sure that you join the Dub T Dub fam by hitting the subscribe button and the little bell on the side that we get notified each and every single time that we drop something. Remember, we drop a new podcast episode each and every single Saturday, Dub T Dub Saturday. I want to give a huge shout out to First Place by Spitz, directed by Ishi and Yans, with the beautiful ladies that assisted and did their hard workouts in the video. Shout out to you ladies and everyone who was a part of the music video shoot. Make sure that y'all go show that video mad love. Shout out to Spitz, man. Spitz got a song for the ladies. That's the WTW fam. And if you want all things WTW, all you got to do is head on over to our website, WTWrecords.com. That way you can see everything that we have, the merch. This is exclusive though. This is made by me.
I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna get you one. Okay, so I'm really excited. It's episode 95. I've been on my social media break. I've been saying that because he's been on like his live and he was like tagging me. I'm like, I'm not gonna repost it. So for those of you who have been listening, the month of November, I have been taking a social media break, and it has been going amazing for me. I love it. A lot of clarity has been happening, balance, understanding, realizing some of the patterns that I continue to do throughout my life. So I am also reading one of my favorite books, Soul Coaching by Denise Lynn. I'm on day like 20, so I'm really excited about that. And today I saw some awesome results. Your girl tried on some swimsuits and body was looking right. So I'm really excited about that. Make sure if you are stretching for some goals for the end of this year, make sure that you're doing them. This is the Ambition Hour podcast, so we have to make sure that you guys are being motivated just like how I am. Ronnie.
I like that. I like that.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm
Trying to get
really
loose.
oh yeah, but let's toast. Toast up.
Oh,
Cheers. It's a pleasure having you here.
mm, mm.
That's a good little drink, huh?
It really is.
That's that apple
It
juice and
really
Henny.
is.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what are you grateful for this week? What are you grateful for?
Shit. Grateful to be alive.
Mm.
I think that's the main thing. Just grateful to be here. Another day. Another day to be productive. Handle your business and do what you got to do. So, yeah.
That's awesome. This week I am grateful for, I would have to steal yours too, because life, especially today, one of the exercises in the book that I'm reading was to like visualize your death and like kind of be at peace with that. So it's a little wild. It's pretty deep.
Hell no.
It's pretty deep. And it just also just like gives you questions to kind of like see what can you do to move forward in your life, because a lot of the times like you don't want to picture your death, because who wants to think about their death, you know what I mean? But at the same time, once you start becoming at peace with who you are and what you've accomplished and things like that, it's just like, damn, if I were to die today, it would be good. So yeah, but I am very grateful for life, because I do have today, and Lord willing, I will have tomorrow, and if it were to all end today, then the life that I have lived has been extremely beautiful, very beautiful.
That's what you hope for.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like a lot of people, when they say that they think about like dying, they're like, I just want peace, and then why not have peace on earth? why you're here. So, yeah.
Easier said than done.
That's a fact. Because a lot of the times that like anxiety or like your mind, like just like a whole bunch of different things just like get inside your brain to like stop
It's
the
way too much
positivity.
shit going on to like. It's doable, but like the way we moving right now, it's like it seems impossible, but it's just like it's doable, but it's just hard as fuck to make it happen like that. So
To make what happen? To like live a peaceful life?
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean shit's crazy right now.
it is pretty crazy.
Crazy as fuck.
I'm like thinking about what you're saying because it is because you just don't know. Like you hear so many different stories. Like there was a day where there was like there was a whole bunch of traffic, and it turns out that there was like a death. Like it was an accident and someone died in the accident, and you think yeah, it's like right. Like, yeah, like here, like close to here, like 15 minutes away from here. And it was on the highway. So there was traffic for like a really long time. And when you find out about that, it's just like, holy shit. Like, I was going to be in that traffic. You know what I mean? Like, it could be anybody. And that's the thing. That's why I don't like watching the news, man. That just scares the fuck out of you. But then social media does the same thing. It scares you too. You're never safe. You're always around the negativity. That's why there's no peace.
At all.
So, okay. So I've been dying to talk about your album because I've been listening to it all day. So I'm like really excited to be talking to you right now. Okay. So my favorite songs are I Like. Mona Lisa is my number one favorite though.
Okay.
Mona Lisa is my favorite. And because I really like that one because that's the one that you're talking about going steady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really like that song.
I mean, I made it because like I feel like Mona Lisa is like this big picture in like everybody's eyes. Like she's perfect. She's da 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 da. And kind of like in today's day and age, it's like everyone is worried about their looks, their this, their that. And it's like, yo, like you're dope as fuck how you are. And that's basically like the backstory of Mona Lisa. So
yeah. There's a line that you have that talks about how her DMs are like popping, but that she watches your story. I felt that. I felt that in my soul. I was like, why does he know this about my life?
Why do girls do that?
Do what?
Why do they do that though?
Wait, okay, so are you the messages that she's not reading?
I mean,
yes.
I personally try not to slide in DMs.
You don't? Why? Wait, okay, this just got more interesting.
Nah, look, I don't slide in DMs because girl.
You can say it.
Nah, look, I don't slide in DMs because it's like girls nowadays, today, they kind of want that feeling to curve. They want to be like, oh, yo, like I had this and this slide in my DMs and like I didn't respond. Even if they want to respond, they'll be like, oh, like, nah.
That's what
like,
you think girls do?
Guarantee. 100%. I know it.
House says the same. House says yes.
Guarantee. So you gotta like minimize the sliding that you do. You can't do too much sliding.
You can't. Shit gets a little slippery when you start sliding.
What it do, baby? Yeah, you already know.
I can't. Let me see, cause, well, I'm the person who I'll slide in the DM. I'm the girl who would slide in the DM. Like I have no problem with that.
I respect girls like that.
Yeah, like but of course there's guys that slide in my DM. Like that's inevitable in social media, I feel like.
So how often is it?
How often is what?
Is like 50-50 you slide, they slide, or is it like 60-40 or like how often are you
sliding?
sliding?
Like how often am I sliding?
Yeah.
It's not as much as what the sliding, for sure. I would say like 40, 60.
Better than most girls.
I mean, yeah, I would feel, cause at the same time, like I'm not signing up all these dudes DMs. Like, I got a podcast to run. I got the company. Like, I got music videos. Like, I have a job. Like, if it's like you have to really catch my attention for me to just slide into your shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
When you slide, what do you say?
It depends. It depends, cause I can just say, "Hey, how are you doing?" I can comment on the story or something like that. Something like, just it varies. It just depends on the relationship or the dude, like how he is. Like if he likes hip hop, I might talk to him about hip hop. Like, yo.
That's the line right there.
I might. It just depends, because sometimes you know how some people they'll post like like the song that they're listening to or something. Oh, that song is dope. Conversation starts.
So
You just never
slide
know.
smooth.
You just never know when
She
it's gonna.
slides smooth. Hey, she slides without sliding.
I did not bring you on my
Straight
show so you
up.
can put me on the spot.
Straight
No,
up.
no, it's all good. No, but I'm being like, yeah, this is the truth. Like, it's just whatever it is that catches, but it doesn't always happen. It's really like you really have to catch my attention, and I have to at least know you personally too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like,
No strangers.
yeah, like, I don't want to be like talking to Bob from Scranton or some shit like that. Like, I don't need that.
It's different for niggas.
Why? Okay, so why do you say it's different? Because that's the question that we've had here.
Man.
Is like, do you slide in the DM?
Niggas slide. Yo,
You,
niggas slide.
and you have homeboys that and do they tell you like, yo, I'm about to sign in and show these DMs or no?
Yeah.
Do they screenshot and like all that shit in the group
Nah,
chat?
nah.
No.
I think the older you get, you kind of try to keep your shit private. So like, you're not really gonna tell at least for me, like, very few knows my business, what I'm doing,
That's good.
what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and
Chilling, like how you were saying earlier.
hey, very few know, but like, I feel like when you younger, that's when you kind of like, you try to show off and da 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 da. And
I think it's more because we just care when you're younger. You just care what people think, and then the older that you get, and the more that you notice that people ain't shit, you're just like, oh,
Hey.
maybe I should just keep this shit to myself and like my clothes too.
keep it closed.
Yeah, keep it. I feel that. That's something that, yeah. So okay. So now I'm getting to clarify that bar. So it's that you're DMing her and she's not responding, but she's watching your story.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like she sees it,
yeah.
cause she done peeped your story.
She done peep the story.
So she just not responding on purpose, but she just watched your story.
And when you check like who checks your story, is she in the top?
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5. she's not
Top
5, 4, or
top
3
five.
or 2.
Top 5. I'm telling you.
Dang. Oh man, that's
telling you.
crazy.
It's the truth.
You see, that. I personally haven't done that. I took that bar, and I mean, at the end of the day, I guess like your way is right, but the way that I interpreted was more along the lines of like a girl whose DM is always popping like from other dudes, but then all the attention is just to you.
It could go that way too.
That's how I took it, because I'm like, oh, that's how I feel. Like I get DMs from this dude, but this one,
It's like you,
this one,
you know, if you're not interested, it just goes both ways. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You could be interested in you watching somebody else's stories, but you don't want those other dudes and your DMs popping as fuck.
yeah,
It goes both ways.
true. Yeah,
But
I really
that's-
like that song. So that's my favorite song.
That's a banger.
And then was my other favorite song. That one was a good one. That one is wait, there's one that like in the skits that you have. Oh, Pink Mints is my other favorite one. I really like the whole project, and it was funny because we were talking about the length earlier and how since it's like 24
Yeah,
minutes,
24.
it's like a drive. And I literally that's what happened this morning on my way to work. I heard it. It was one of the projects that I listened to, and then I listened to it again later on in the day and a couple more times. So yeah, I know your lyrics.
I hope.
I feel them.
I hope not.
I feel them.
That whole tape was like, it was dope to make. Everybody that was involved in that tape, we lived together.
Oh, you guys live together.
Yeah, so it's the one you heard on I Like, that's my roommate, Alpha Zulu.
He's the one who has the bar about. There was one that stood out to me.
I need my book, so I'll be reading. I
No,
need that
there was
pussy I
something
beat.
else. It was something else. There's a, I probably won't remember, dang, unless
Yeah.
you know the whole verse. But there was something that I
I
was just
need
like,
that
ooh.
ganja I be chiefing. I need that elemental vibe that have me flexing heavy every season.
Oh, he knows
A
it. That's a
drunken
song.
morning for a better evening. They want that hope since they've been feeling hopeless. I got that smoke like I'm a locomotive. Look here, I know your motive. You need that pill to have you roller coasting. You know that motion go too hard and you'll be overdosing. We need that light, I guess we solar power.
Damn.
We need sexual healing every hour. God in the Eden has the wildest flowers. Something, something, something.
That song might have been it.
Hey,
No, I'm
look,
joking.
probably, but nah.
I would, I don't know, cause I know there was the part that he said, or it was probably like in that, just in that song in general. But yeah, that one, and then the Pink Mints one, cause okay, so now I remember in the skits, one of them was like, "You ain't got no bitches."
Hey, hey, yeah.
That shit had me dying.
So like, that's the guy you heard say that. That's Khalil. You can follow him on Instagram too.
Shout out to
But
him.
he made that beat for Pink Mints.
Oh, he made the beat.
That's my other roommate too. He made the beats. He's a clown too. Then man, it's funny. But yeah, I was like, yo, like, do it how you would normally do it if we just kicking it at the crib,
Yeah.
vibing. Cause the whole project is like, it's a story. So it's, if I break it down, it's like from the intro, it's like serious. Kind of talks about life. Shit gets real. Shit happens. It's tough.
Yeah, you say
And
something in the first song, sorry. Because you're talking about the first song. So it was Only God Can Rescue Me, and that was like my favorite line in that whole song.
it's facts.
And like there's times where like when I've heard the song like this morning, I would hear that part, and then like I would just keep in my head like thinking about that, and I'm like, yo, really? He's the only one. He's the
Hey,
only
look.
one. Mama's hugs are all cool and shit.
until you know that.
Yeah, for sure. That song is deep. You guys
Nah,
have to listen to that. Just
Cause
the
me,
whole
I'm like
project.
I'm not really, and I say that'll go to my manager, Omar. I'm shouting everybody out.
Shout everybody out
But
and
nah,
loud
like
too, so they can hear it.
he was like, cause me, I'm very close. I wouldn't say closed. It's like 50-50. You get what you get. Either I'm hype, chilling, vibing,
Same.
or I'm calm as shit, anti-social as fuck.
I don't want to
fuck
talk to
with me.
nobody.
Yeah, so it's 50-50. And I don't really tell people my business type of thing. He was like, yo, like, you rap about chicks a lot, bro. You
You
sing
rap-
about chicks a lot, da 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 da. Like, you should do something like deep, something serious. I was like, all right, dad, like, fuck it. Like, I took it on one of the days that I was like, yo, like, I'm really not feeling it. Wrote it. It's probably the realest song I done. Everything is real. I don't write like bullshit, but like it's probably one of the realest songs that I done wrote.
I mean, you feel, and it's a really good intro.
Yeah.
That was a good way to start it. So you started off with the serious, and then what continues? Because I know there's other skits, of like, oh, did you back? You're from Miami. He
Polk
said,
County.
he said, Biddy. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Nah, cause after the intro, it was we wanted to make the whole thing a story. Like I keep saying that. After the intro, it was like, oh, like, cause I talk about life in the intro. After the intro, it was like, yo, like, my boy comes through the crib, cause at my place, it's a lot of people that's over at my place. Like, he's playing it. Yeah, my boy, he's playing it right now.
Ronnie, what's good with you?
Let's go. Get the fuck up, Ronnie. Let's be out, dog.
So like that part right there is like from the seriousness of like life hitting and shit. Your boys come through and it's like, yo, like nigga, like you mad emotional right now, like you down. You feel me? Like
Get it
it's
together.
a party. Let's go get some drinks. Let's do what we do, whatever. And that's kind of the story behind that, and then which led to the second song, which is more upbeat, more up tempo. So it went from like being in my feelings, going to a party, having a good time. Then, as you said, from the third song, which is I Like featuring Alpha Zulu. From the third song, it's from that party. I meet somebody.
Mm.
Now I'm talking about what I like about
Who you
the
meet?
girl I met, and he's talking about who he met.
You dance with a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I dance with? Come on now. I'm Haitian. You gotta have some.
Oh,
rhythm,
you're
bro.
Haitian.
Straight
Yo, shout out
up.
to the NWO podcast. They
Straight
are
up.
my favorite Haitians that do podcasts. They're my favorite, like one of my favorite
Straight up.
podcasts, just period. They're always saying some funny ass shit in Creole. And then I have a homegirl, shout out to Chloe Money, who she's Haitian, so she'll like tell me what they said.
Yeah.
So I'll start dying laughing, and then like their little accents and all that shit. Shout out to the NWO podcast.
But nah, that's it's just a whole story. If you don't really peep it, you got 24 minutes to listen.
For
to
real,
it
yeah,
again,
I better
but,
figure it out.
It's a whole story, man, and it's like after I like you go to Pink Mints.
I'm trying to see.
After I like you go to Pink Mints, and it's basically now the girl that I like, the girl I've been messing with. So from the intro of Pink Mints is my boy basically like, yo, like
She was with somebody else.
yeah, like are you still fucking with her? Cause like
She was with homeboy.
yeah, so it's like okay, like that, like now we talking about that, and then I have my one of my close friends get on the not an interlude in the middle of the song, but she bodied that, made it real dope, and then it kind of just went on from there. So then it's kind of like after that song is basically working it out, all of it, to the last song, Nothing on You. It's basically like, yo, like I don't want anybody else but you, because they got nothing on you type shit. Like, so it's a whole story, man.
It's a vibe. I really enjoy it.
It's
Everybody. Oh, it's Can you tell them the name? It's
So I am Rani.
I am.
The title of the album is I Am Rani, but it's short, so it's IAR.
Yes.
But if you just type in my name, the album will pull up, so
Yeah.
you can find it easy.
I mean, it's really good. I recommend every single track, so that's
Nice.
that.
Nice.
It's Ambition Hour podcast approved, Audi 3000 approved, all that good shit. Y'all know I love R&B, and like Hav told me, shout out to Hav, because Hav was the one who went to your album release party.
Yes, sir.
Can we get a round of applause for Hav, who's in the building, my audio visual?
Yes, sir.
I haven't even gotten my shout outs out. I was so excited to talk to you. I'm like, I finally have him in front of me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, so he went to your album release party, and he told me, and then when your album dropped, he sent it to me. So he sent me one of your songs, and I listened to your project this morning, and then it's been one of the ones that I just kept listening to.
Fire.
So yeah, and then I see that you know about R&B, because I was playing some shit and you knew what was up. So
Nah, like I'm just big on everything, yo. Like I feel like with every genre, you could learn some shit.
yeah,
So like, if you not listening to everything from fucking throwbacks to new shit to pop shit to everything, fucking hip hop, underground, whatever, like you could learn some shit that you could like finesse and use it your own way. So like, I wouldn't even say all my stuff is mainstream, but like I'm versatile as fuck. And even on the album, you could peep that.
yeah, for sure.
So it's from the harmonies, from the last song where I'm rapping, just different shit, different beats. Like I could be commercial, I could fucking be on some savage shit. Like on this song that I have, it's Mind of Minerva, featuring me. It's called Raw Juice, featuring Alpha Zulu too. Yeah, like I try to do it all, because it's like when I make music, I don't want people to get tired of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah, so you just change it up.
if you listen to fucking hip hop, you gonna hear me.
Mm-hmm. If you
If
like
you
R&B,
listen to R&B,
like,
you gonna hear me. If you
Mhm.
like pop, you gonna hear me. Rock, I don't know about all
you
that,
gonna
but
hear me
like
regardless.
if you like EDM, you gonna hear me. I got a fire ass EDM song. Like I make it to where like if you don't like one thing,
I got something.
I'm gonna have something for you
That's
that you gonna
good.
vibe with. So
That's awesome. It's good to be versatile, especially right now, as how music is and how like even you saying with how people's attention span is so short. Imagine like hearing the same genre. They can't even hear a song for more than 2-3 minutes.
Nah.
Imagine imagine the same genre, and that's good that you do the that you have the versatility and stuff like that. Something that I wanted to tell you. I don't know if you know who he is. His name is L.A. No. Cause that's who that was somebody who you kind of gave me vibes of. He's really dope. Like I've talked about him on the podcast before. He's really dope. Because I know that you mentioned that you like Bryson, and some of the other artists that you mentioned. You mentioned Tory.
Bryson, Tory, Party, Drake. Just fucking. I fuck with Eric Bellinger.
Ooh, I like
Um,
him.
I listen to a lot, yo. Like if anybody like tries to peep my sound, um, and I won't even say like if you like them, you'll like me.
Yeah,
Cause like even if you don't like them,
you're gonna like me.
you still probably gonna fuck with me. But like
Let him know, Ronnie. Let him know.
nah, but like that's kind of like where I get my. You could see some resemblance, but I just try to do it in my own way, type shit.
For
so.
sure. Yeah, because people can say whatever about the podcast, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like me. It's me. No one's gonna do it like me.
Different personality, different setup, different everything.
Exactly. Okay, so you mentioned that you did like Tory Lanez. So something that I wanted to bring up, because Tory is saying that rap is becoming too like repetitive and it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
And me as a rap fan, hearing that is just like, oh, why do you say that? It's so good. But do you? Because I feel like in one part, he's right. Because there's some artists that all of them just sound the same. But then if you take, you go a different route, you'll find something that resonates a little bit more with hip hop and the roots of hip hop. But do you agree with that? Like everything is starting to sound the same as far as rap goes.
I do. Cause it's like there's not really. It's like okay, like there's already a Travis Scott.
Okay.
Why go sound like him?
Mhm.
A lot of it's like that manual book is already there. Like people want something different. So like everybody just sounds the same.
Yeah.
Like cuz they think oh like okay like bad like I'm going to do it cuz it worked for him. It might work for me. But like no one really tries to differentiate. Like I heard it's two dudes. I'm not gonna say the name.
Dang.
I'm not gonna say the name, but it was two singers. Dope as fuck. Like I'm not even gonna like front. Like dope as fuck. And I heard some of their musics. Like different people put me on like this one and that one, but like I heard some of their songs and shit. And when I listened to it, I'm like I'm vibing. I'm like yo, this shit's fire as fuck. Like. And then I keep listening to the next song and the next song, and then I'm like, yo, like, this nigga sounds like fucking Drake. like this is like from like the runs of his singing and like the melodies and like the beat style. Like I'm like, yo, like, I think I like it because I picture Drake. Like and like nothing against the songs. Like the songs are like they're fire as fuck. If Drake sung them. They'd probably be number one. But it's like, yo, like, I'm liking it because you sound like who I want it to sound like.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good song, but, like, I'm not really peeping you.
Yeah.
And, like, you hear that a lot nowadays. So, like, I feel Tory 100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I agree with because the artist that you're talking about, like a Travis Scott or something like that, he recently mentioned how he doesn't consider himself like as a part of like as a hip hop artist. So yeah, so he doesn't consider himself that. So it's it's funny when you have people that sound just like Travis Scott rapping and like kind of like emulating that. And that also even just taking a sound to change like this past decade in music, if we were to look at hip hop, just like how the sound has changed. There's more rappers doing melodies. There's more rappers just getting into that type of, you know, bag to where they're like kind of like using the auto tune, and they're using the what is it called? Melodyne? I'm tripping.
Yeah,
That's not what it's called.
probably. Yeah.
I'll be listening to the engineers. I'll be like, what you talking about? But yeah, so just noticing like different how different artists are just sounding the same, and I feel like that's why R&B right now is taking the lead when it comes to music right now, because it's so different. Like I've listened to the Tory Lanez album, Chicks Tape. I listened to the Jacquees album, which was a really good album. I was telling you how I listened to the whole Chris Brown album, and I love that album. That's another good album that came out this year. I'm saying the males, but then also like the Summer, Ari, then we have Snow. Also Melly kind of falls into that, but she's kind of like
a little bit of everything.
Yeah, she's like a little bit of everything. She's very versatile. I fuck with her so hard. She's so dope. And so Tori, and then I recently heard the BJ the Chicago kid.
Yeah.
Have you heard his project?
Nah.
You know he got
I know who he is.
but he got nominated for a Grammy.
I peeped.
That's
Seemed
dope.
like everybody been getting nominated.
And Lucky Day got nominated for a Grammy. I was really happy about that because
nice.
Lucky Day is
People
really
sleep on
good.
him.
People were sleep on him.
Like,
now my dog, he's nominated for at least 4 Grammys, guys. When I first heard about him, I talked about him on the podcast.
yeah.
And then because I saw him on like a YouTube commercial, I'm like, who is this? Why are these strings so beautiful?
That nigga's nasty.
That roast some more, dog. I love him, and even like Brent Faiyaz. He's so good. He's so dope. So like we think about these artists, and they don't all sound the same.
Nah.
They all have their own unique sound because they're singing. You know, it's different. Like the Jacquees album, I've never listened to an entire Jacquees album, but this one, the one that recently dropped, and I love it.
I still haven't.
I enjoyed it.
I got half of the songs.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the whole thing, but like through the half, I could let it run through.
Yeah. Hav tells me that I'm like one of the rare creatures that listens to the entire album always.
Yeah,
Cause I can't, like I cannot just put one song. Like I'll listen to the entire project.
If it's too long.
So 18 tracks is too long?
Yeah, only people who could do that is Drake. Every album that Drake dropped, it's been 17 and up.
You know what's funny is that I won't hear an entire Drake project.
You crazy.
I don't give a fuck. That baby, how long? 34
That
tracks. I'm
shit
good.
slides.
I'll like.
That shit slides, but not like.
I can't get through the whole thing. I didn't get through his last one.
It wasn't my favorite, and I'm like a huge Drake fan.
All right, I got a question for you.
Take Care is the best album. Yo, straight up.
That's not what I was gonna ask. No, it was.
Straight up, Take Care is the best album.
But you know, that would be your favorite album. Listening to your album, that would tell me that that's your favorite album. Listening to your album, I should have known.
I was thinking that the other day.
I should have known.
I was like, yo, like, cause I really. So most of the people that I ain't gonna say most of the people that like my music are like women, cause niggas like my shit too. Like it's 50-50. He laughing,
He likes it.
Like, nah, but like it's like it's like yo, like I was listening to it, and it's like a couple of people hit me up when they heard it when it dropped, and they're like, yo, like this shit's amazing, bro. You got me in my feelings, bro.
You got me.
I was like, nigga, like, thank you. I fuck with it. Like, I'm glad that you fuck with it. But like, it reminded me of like some Take Care shit, cause Take Care was like,
cause Drake was going.
Calm.
What you been going through the past couple of months? You dropped a project like that. No, I'm joking.
nah, not even. It's like I just know how to write in different perspectives.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bar that I was talking about, the DMs. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm like touching the candles and shit. This is so I don't forget to shout out our sponsors, Annie and Co. Make sure you head on over to their website. Hold on, let me get my dog right real quick. Let me get the link for them real quick. Ronnie, you gotta give me a little bit so I can let these people know what's up.
What you want?
AnnieYNCo.com is the website, so you can check out one of our sponsors. You can use our promo code ANC19A for a 10% discount on your candles. They always provide the scent vibe, so make sure that you go ahead and show our sponsor some love. And also our other sponsor, His and Her Hair Studio MIA, that is their Instagram. Ladies, you can get your hair cut with our homegirl Ashley or Carlos for the fellas.
Okay.
Yes. And they are located by the falls. So make sure I've got the fresh cut from Carlos. Shout out to Carlos for the fresh cut. You can make an appointment with Ashley. Ladies, she does natural hair. If you have coily hair, if you have curly hair, wavy hair, she specializes in all of that. So head on over to glamgodmiami.glossgenius.com to book your appointment. Okay? So back to you, Ronnie. That was a word from our sponsors. So because I know the DM line right after that DM, there's like something that you say too that I'm like, dang, he said all of that. And see,
Play that for me. I'm trying to think about it.
It's let me get it because I probably know like what part of the album of the song is on.
That shit got the star.
That's your song too, Javier?
That's a banger. That's a real line, yo. Good weed you be smoking, but tell me.
I'm gonna have to let it ride in the background and then when I hear it. But yeah, so like just like the way that you put words together, and then even like the your homeboy, the one that you said is featured in the song too, like what he says is dope as fuck
Shout
too.
out Alfie Zulu.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm telling you, I wish I can remember what
Check
part.
out his tape. It's called The Balance.
Oh, he has the tape too.
That
Dang.
nigga's nasty.
He is. I'm gonna listen to it.
That nigga's nasty. Locked in, baby girl, I ain't stopped.
I think that's the one. I think that was it. But yeah, cause like what you're saying.
Oh,
What you're saying. Okay, so how much of what you're saying is it from your personal life? Give me a percentage.
Look. No.
Yeah, he likes numbers. I peeped that, Ronnie.
I hate numbers.
But you was like, oh, so what percentage would you say you're sliding into DMs?
I would say everything.
That's real.
If I'm being honest, I never really had a problem with getting women.
Okay.
Talking. Hey, look, I never really had a problem talking to women. Never really had the nervous stuff. Like, of course, like we're human. We have some that'll make us nervous, but like, I never really had no issues. So like everything that I write, again, like, it's pretty much 100%.
Like from you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so if I'm
you can
talking,
tell. You
if
can
I'm
tell.
talking,
You can tell.
if I'm talking about like females, then like it's pretty accurate. If I'm talking about personal shit, life shit, like on the intro, it's accurate as fuck. I don't know, like I never been one to like write shit that isn't true.
Yeah, that is
It's like I'm never gonna sing about straps and this and
gangbang.
fucking a nigga up and like. I don't get me wrong, like don't.
He said he'll fuck somebody up. He said I ain't gonna kill her. But don't push me.
I'm calm. It really be the calms dude, the calm dudes that you gotta like.
Always.
I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm chilling, but like, I'm not gonna rap or sing about it because it's like yo, like, yeah. I'm gonna sing and rap about stuff that
you feel.
I feel that's real, that I know I'm good at, and yeah.
From experience, The ones that made you nervous, why?
Pinky up.
This is my chance. I haven't had a dude on the podcast to myself for a minute.
Ask that question again.
Okay, so the girls that made you nervous, what was the reason they made you nervous?
Damn, I don't know if I should be like truly honest or like.
now I don't know if I'm getting a lie or a story.
How many views y'all get?
You never know who's watching.
Hey, look, look. I would say it's more of like if I get nervous a few times, it's more like nervous of not fucking it up.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So it's like if you go have a conversation with a chick that's like whatever, you know, you don't think she's.
You don't get nervous. So it's the one that's like.
Yeah. So it's like I wouldn't even say nervous. I'd say it's like overthinking.
Yeah.
But like when you learn, it's like it's the same way you approach the not so cute one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Everybody's beautiful, but the not so cute one, the same way. That's how you gotta approach the super bad one. So
Yeah. I asked because I get super nervous, like around my crush.
I mean that's normal.
Like, yeah.
We're humans.
Yeah, I get pretty nervous. Like, people always ask me if I get nervous for this or like other things. Like, I recently got a piercing and they're like, "Oh, are you nervous?" And I'm like, "No." Like, I don't get nervous for things like that, but I get nervous of like talking to someone. So yeah, that's why I asked, cuz I'm like I wonder like what is it like, cuz I know guys get nervous, but you guys, there's a lot more pressure on you to be the ones to approach a girl.
Yeah.
Because there's some women who feel entitled to, well, he should come and holler at me.
It's. I feel like that's the main thing. It's like 50-50. It's like some dudes are like nervous, like actually nervous, like don't know what to say nervous.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they just don't
oh,
talk
shit,
to
yeah.
girls.
And then some dudes, it's like, yo, like, I want this chick bad that, like, I don't want to fuck it up. You feel me? Like, so, it's 50-50. But me, I'm not a player. But, I just had to make that disclaimer. There we go.
I don't know. You don't know.
But nah, like, I never really
Had an issue with that.
yeah.
Cool.
Confidence is key, yo.
Confidence is key. I mean, because I be nervous, but I'm confident.
Yeah.
I'm nervous as fuck, but I'm confident when I'm talking to you.
Up.
He doesn't even know.
You can't let him.
He doesn't even know.
You can't let him know.
So probably shouldn't be saying that on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They know I don't care. Shout out to everybody who's listening and watching. Y'all know. Okay, so with the holidays coming up, I wanted to know what tradition would you pass on to your kids? The one, like the traditions that you have with your family, what would you pass on to your kids?
I like that. I come from a Christian family, so we're all pretty close. So it's like Christmas or Thanksgiving or any holidays at that. It's like we all get together. Always come together, always be in like the presence of everybody. I think that's what I would pass on.
Yeah, so like family time and
family time, staying connected. Cause like the older you get, the more you gotta manage your time. So it's like you're not gonna talk to your mom or unless you live there. You feel me? But like you're not gonna talk to your mom, your brother, your sister.
Like all the time.
That often, you feel me? So it's like when those holidays come, if you like live far, like me, I live here. They live like Orlando, Tampa area.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like when the holidays come, you like have to make it like a priority.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cause it's well, coming from, cause we're from California, so a lot of our family lives in California. So I know when I head on over home, it's like, oh my God,
What part?
San Jose.
How far is that
from the
from
Bay?
Corona?
Where's Corona?
Ooh, I thought you was real Cali. Nah, it's in Cali. I don't know. I have one of my boys that's from Cali.
Do you know
but
how
he's
big
from,
Cali is? I don't even know cities in fucking Miami. I
Yeah.
mean, Florida.
Nah, I thought most people knew about Corona though, but he's
It's in the Southern California.
Oh, it's in Southern
Yeah.
California. I got my sources over here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but nah, he's from Corona, so that's where I heard about it.
Wait, I feel like now I feel like I've heard of that, but yeah, I'm from San Jose, so that's
The northern part.
that's in the northern part. That's like an hour away from San Francisco.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, so that's like an 8-hour drive, 9 hour drive away.
When y'all move?
Like 20 years ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm from Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still home.
I feel you, but barely.
Well, that's where my
Yeah.
family is. So whenever I go over there, I just take advantage of just like spending that time. And there's times that I don't even eat because I'm just like with family and just enjoying that time with them. For me, it would definitely be one of the traditions. Man, would it be like, because we like to have like family dinners, like my immediate family, like my mom, my dad, my brother, and myself. That's always been something that has always been fun, like just a dinner, and just getting to talk about music and like what's going on in our lives and what we want to pursue and just like catch up with each other. I always feel like that's important too, like that like immediate family time as well. So that's something that I would definitely pass on whenever I decide to have my kids. Do you want kids? Yeah. How many kids you want?
I ain't gonna say a whole basketball team, but like shit. I got my family's big, yo. So like I got
You said you had a lot of brothers and sisters. How many?
4 brothers.
Damn.
2 sisters. I'm the youngest.
Ooh, that must have been fun.
Hey, I can't complain. Nah, like for me, I'd want like 2, 3. Not no time soon, but like
That's a good number.
2, 3.
I always hear people, they are like, oh, after I had my first one, like I was like, I can do one more of this.
Nah. See, like I used to like. Damn, I don't like. I feel weird talking about kids.
Oh, why?
Straight up, 'cause, like,
He's like getting hot. We got the fan for you.
Cause it's like, yo, like I don't even want to like bring.
He didn't
it
want to
in
bring
the
that energy, like
atmosphere, you
that
feel me?
juju
Like,
into his life.
Look, knock on wood. Like I don't even want to.
I feel you, though.
Like 2 or 3.
I feel you though. No, cause I'm the same way. Cause women are expected to like want them, like and want them like ASAP, and then I'm chilling. I'm just like, hold up.
Not when you ain't ready.
Like, yeah, I feel like, and I say this a lot. I'm like, yo, that Ashanti / Tracy Ellis Ross life looking real nice, looking mighty and nice. If you don't know what I'm talking about, get with it.
Until you ready.
Yeah, for sure. Because I see so many things, like friends, associates, co-work, everything. It's so much when it comes to children. But yeah, so those are definitely some traditions that I would carry on. With the holidays, of course, one of my favorite ones is always like saying grace and then just being grateful, like, you know, for that moment together. And like I feel like because with you it was like family and faith, like those were the traditions that you would like pass on.
Yeah. My pops is a pastor, so like I grew up in it, yo, and it ain't like even like because of him,
Yeah.
I have like a faith. But not like I grew up in it. I'm old enough, so you know what I'm saying. You get old enough and you kind of like learn for yourself,
Yeah.
type shit. So like for me, I didn't learn for myself. So like that's. If you ain't got anybody, you got God and family.
That's true. That's
So-
the fact.
So for me, that's like that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, well, growing up with a pastor as a father, I can just imagine how that is. Especially, well, because I watched this show called Greenleaf, and it's basically like the behind of what goes down in a church. And this is a drama type of show, so there's a lot of drama and like really nasty things going on. So I don't fully believe that every church is like that. I know not every church is like that. But just seeing like how the pastor is as a father, you know,
Yeah.
like just that aspect and how much wisdom they give to, like, I can just imagine the wisdom that you've gotten from your father, because you know he does that.
I mean, growing up with a pastor as a father is like, I think they in general, like family in general, but for them it's like making sure you're going the right direction. So like most, I'd say most, pretty much all, but like most of them are like strict because they know it's out there.
The devil.
Yeah, so they know it's out there. So it's like they're strict because it's like, yo, like they don't want you to take the wrong route. They don't want you to go do this, go do that, and like you don't really get it until you're old enough to understand it. 'Cause
Yeah.
When you're younger, it's like, yo, like damn, yo, like I can't do nothing. Like like
For real.
you on lockdown, but like you understand it though. So it's like it gets you prepared in a sense. Yeah.
I didn't even grow up with a pastor as a parent, but my mom was strict as
Yeah.
hell. Like I
Same
couldn't
way.
sleep over nobody's
Me
house.
too.
People were going to talent shows. I couldn't go to the talent show. What do you need to go to a talent show for? Like, but, you know, people my age were going to like parties. This was like in high school and stuff,
Yeah.
and I couldn't go to them, and like just
I mean,
crazy.
from finessing and
I didn't finesse till I was 18. I was whack.
from finessing and older brothers and older sisters, like I was able to do probably what you couldn't do, I guess. Like,
That's true, because I'm the oldest.
yeah, so like for me it's like talent shows or whatever.
He was in them.
Yeah.
Were you singing in high school?
I'd say so music wise I started
Did you start singing in the church?
nah. I actually didn't. Music wise it went from like elementary school. Yo, like not even damn, you're getting an exclusive, yo. Straight up. Nah, but look, not many people knew. I guess some knew. But music wise I started like elementary, like for like third, fourth grade, yo. Like my brother and his boys, they're like family. My brother and his boys, they had their group. He used to rap. They had producers. They had people with cameras. Like they had the whole thing. So for me, like my brother growing up, that was like my fucking role model, yo. Like, so for me, it's like, yo, like I saw him rapping. He got the computer with the beats, and like he saw I was into it. So then like fourth, fifth grade, I'm rapping, writing my own stuff, trying to be like him. Got me the computer. I'm making beats like fourth, fifth grade, third
Wow.
grade, whatever. To the point that I think like probably like sixth grade, I made a beat, and one of his boys, that's one of my boys now. He's a lot older than me, but he was nasty too. Him and somebody else. They almost got signed. I made a beat for him. Meanwhile, I'm like fucking fifth grade, probably, whatever.
Like 10 years old. 8, 9.
So yeah, it was like
something
the
that.
same producer that was like producing for Pretty Ricky. They came like down here. They recorded some songs. Like almost bought. I think they bought the beat that I made, remade it, because it was good. Like they were like, yo, it's a good beat. Da 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 da. Like they bought it, remade it, and like I'm fucking barely 5th grade. So like I was doing that. I was doing talent shows. Like but I was rapping though. Like I didn't really start singing until like middle school, but like once I got to like 8th grade or whatever, 8th grade through high school, I kind of like stopped. It was kind of like seventh grade through like high school, I kind of stopped. It was like
Stop singing, rapping, everything.
I kind of stopped. Like slowly, I kind of like drifted off because like for me, it's like yo, like I play sports, I play football, basketball, whatever. So for me, it was like yo, like I'm trying to get a scholarship. So I was like, okay, like
I'm out of here.
yeah, I was like, yo, okay.
I'm
Like,
out of here. I feel
You know
you.
what I'm saying? Like, so then I didn't start. I still went and played like JUCO football after high school, whatever, before going to like FIU. But like, I didn't really get back to music until like 2016.
Oh, okay, so that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, like fucking around in my car, did some freestyle, send it to my brother and my boy. They're like, yo, this shit's fire. Like, you should record it. Da 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 da. And then I recorded it. While I was recording, I was like, yo, damn, like, I kind of missed this shit. From there, they're like, yo, like, just keep writing, whatever, da 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 da.
Just
kept
keep
on writing. And then, fucking, here we are.
Here we are. And now
Here
we're
we
here
are,
on the
yeah.
Visionaire Podcast, episode
Bad.
95.
Say less.
I'm really excited that this is. We haven't had a guest. Well, the last time that we had a guest was with Laid Back and Anna, but yeah, before that it wasn't until because we had done some episodes in New York. So yeah,
That's fine.
so you're like the first interview I've done in a minute. I'm really excited, especially because I like your project.
IAMRANI, y'all know.
And I got an exclusive. He said, "Ooh, this is an exclusive. I got an exclusive."
Nice.
You know, a lot of the times, because I'm seeing this with my friend and her daughter. Her daughter is very expressive. She sings, she dances, and she's like 3.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the times what happens is that we start young with what our passions would be, or start young with what, you know, we're destined to be, I would say. And sometimes we have like not people but ourselves kind of like knock that down, like, oh, that's not possible, or because you're going to school or because you have a job, you start to believe that it's not meant to happen for you. And then also society is telling you like, no, you can't be the next Bryson, or you can't be the next Beyonce, or you can't be and I guess in my terms like Angie Martinez, or whoever like has been on like TV and stuff. And so because you start to believe it, and because it's so far away from you, sometimes you don't believe that it's meant to happen for you. So like for me, when I was like a kid, for me it was like dancing, singing, and like performing. Those were like my things, and I always had a mic. So it wasn't until later that I started developing the love for the talking on the mic.
Yeah.
So that was like early on as well. That was like I was like 12 years old. So but then as time went, like how you were saying, like with the music that you had like stopped singing, and it wasn't until like 3 years. For me, it's been 2 years that like I was just like, okay, this is what I love to do. Like this is what I love to do, and I'm good at it. Like this is so, because I love talking about music. I love having conversations. We might not get 100% deep because I don't know you. But my goal is to know you, you know, as much as you will allow me to. And it's also just going to flow, you know what I mean? And that was something that I always was curious about when it came down to doing like podcasts, or I always wanted my own radio show. So that was something that just resonated with me. But that was something that I was thinking about as a younger girl, you know, and waited and procrastinated. And just because I believed that ship has sailed, that, or it's, you know, you're getting older, so it's not gonna happen, like nobody wants your raggedy ass, like, and then it's like, no bitch, you're popping. You better go get your dreams.
It's crazy what the mind will do to you.
The mind is like your biggest enemy, and then like
That
your
shit'll
best,
make or break you.
and then you have the heart too.
Hey,
And then the heart comes and it's just like, no, but wait.
it'll make or break you, man. But yeah, it was a process. It happens for a reason. You take the
For
break.
real.
You take the break for a
I-
reason. You know.
I don't think it I don't think I would be as consistent or as passionate if I wouldn't have waited. If I wouldn't have gone through what I went through, cuz in the times that I wasn't doing this, I was building a lot of different I guess strengths. I was building my public speaking strengths. Like that's something that I practiced while I wasn't doing this.
Which
Like
is hand in hand.
yeah, like it goes hand in hand because I was able to talk in front of 100 plus people with no problem. It's just my brother in the room right now besides
Yeah.
you know, like that it to me it's like there could be another 100 people in here and I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know, cuz I already built that muscle. And you know, just the conversation and just different like the how to run an event and things like that. Like I was able to learn those things so that now with this I have like it's like the swords from my fight. It's like speaking of swords, Wu-Tang might come out with a theme park in Hong Kong.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah. They're like in the talks of like
Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang. Yes, like the hip hop group Wu-Tang might have a theme park. Yeah, in Hong Kong, I swear. It's been in the talks. I read it and I think that's pretty cool.
What?
That'd be the first hip hop group to have their own like theme park.
If Travis don't be into it.
Oh, true, because Travis wants to do the
Astro
Astro World. Dang, that's a
Yes, sir.
hip hop. Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Travis gonna get the job done. Yeah.
You think? Oh well, I mean, I believe, especially just because the Travis Scott one, I heard about it a while ago. I just heard about the Wu-Tang one, so we don't know how long that's been in the talks. We don't know, you know, if it wasn't even something that was gonna happen, they probably wouldn't have even put in the documentary,
Yeah.
right? Because why would you put that in the documentary if it ain't gonna happen?
They smart.
Right? They are smart. I also wanted to mention that Kodak Black is going to school or wants to continue going to school while he's in jail right now.
Smart move.
Very smart move. Unfortunately, I also heard that he might be in there for 30 years, and that's really sad.
Nah, he got like three,
Well,
almost 4 years.
something that I read,
That new charge. Or
some
whatever.
yeah, like that happened, and then so they're adding like the 30, but they don't know if it's like all together, or if it's going to happen like sporadically. That was the last thing that happened. But I just didn't want to give him a bigs up because he wants to go to school, and I think that's awesome.
I would body a song with Kodak.
Right? Kodak goes hard.
I would body a song with Rich the Kid. I fuck with Rich the Kid heavy too. I would body a song with Tory Party.
Do you like Division?
Division's fire as fuck.
I was listening to the
Hey.
album today.
I went to Drake's 2016 Summer 16 concert. And
My
like,
sister went to that one.
I
Oh,
was
and Hobbs did too.
Yeah, I was on the floor. That nigga's amazing, bro. Like, Division's amazing.
I've seen
Drake's-
Division like literally like right there, like where
Oh, word?
that Nas poster is. That's how close like I was to their
That's
concert.
fire.
He was dope, and his voice,
That nigga's amazing.
Jesus,
That nigga's.
that man is amazing.
that nigga's
Like I was so obsessed. I'm like, cause I was obsessed with the album, and I'm the type that like, I don't care who you are. If I like your album and I fuck with it, I'm gonna go to your concert if you're coming into town. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Summer Walker one. I wasn't gonna be in town for that one. But I think she canceled it because she canceled her tour on some shit. But then also Sir is gonna be coming into town for our Basel.
Mhm.
He's gonna be performing at Best Life Ever, I think. Have you heard of that festival?
Nah.
They're gonna have him there. They're gonna have Emotional Oranges.
I
They're
heard
gonna
of
have
them.
some local like some girls that are from Miami, some local talent as well. Emotional Oranges is really good. Division's gonna be performing there too.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I heard.
I'm trying to go to that.
One of my boys put me on Emotional Oranges.
Yeah, they're
I heard
good.
like 1 or 2 songs. Like
The most recent project that they dropped was good. I heard it.
Yeah.
I listened to
That's
it.
the one with the orange cover or whatever.
I think it's the
Yeah.
orange that looks like a butt. There's like an orange that looks like a butt.
Something, I think so.
We gonna have to check this out because
Okay.
I know what I seen. But yeah, because I'm a really big like I like listening to different projects. Like I've been recently saying, well, the Chicago BJ the Chicago like kid album is dope.
Yeah.
Rick Ross has a feature on there that's really fucking good. I'm a big Rick Ross fan, and also Offset is in that project. And like I said earlier, he's nominated for a Grammy for that project. Lizzo is also nominated. Um, Lil Nas X is also nominated. No Guidance is nominated for I think best song. I don't ever watch the Grammys, but I always find it interesting to see who gets nominated because I like to see, I guess, who's a little more industry. Like, oh, okay. You got the industry behind you, but but
It's been crazy, yo. Like, shit.
what?
I forgot about my dog, Ty Dolla Sign.
Ooh.
There we go.
Ty
That's
Dolla.
way take a piece.
I listen to his projects, like the whole
Yes.
thing too. He's good.
For me, I don't know. I keep going back to my sound because like those are my niggas. Like if I could do some shit,
I mean, you are doing it. You're doing
No,
it your
no,
way.
yeah.
But
But, like-
I feel you.
for them, I wouldn't say they paved the way, but they had like a
They
impact on like
all the artists that you have mentioned have basically paved the way, or I guess changed the sound of what I guess R&B and like soulful music can sound like, because
Yeah.
before it was like a specific like you were either like Mary J. Blige and Vogue or like
112
Jodeci or
and-
like yeah like 112, like you just go to like different things and it was just very soulful, and now it's like it's new age R&B to where it sounds good. And these artists, they all can sing very well, but they're just taking it to the next level with the influence of you
for
know.
me, I'm not. All right, so for me, for me, I would say like them out of all people, I fuck with more is because like their range.
Okay.
So I think like for me, like their range is kind of within my range.
yeah.
So like you go to like a Jagged Edge or you go to
Love Jagged Edge.
fucking so there's
I
like
can't love you
they're-
like I love you.
there's singers and there's like that nigga could sing.
Like singers.
Like, yeah. So like for me it's like I could sing. Don't get me wrong, like I'm nice. Like I'm not gonna take it away from myself. Like I'm nice. But like for me it's like, yo, like I don't want to categorize myself, but like those
Yeah, that's
or like I'm like, okay, like I like how he did that. I'm gonna do it like this, but like
I like how he did that.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
So for me it's like, yo, like Ty Dolla Sign was a big one, Tory was a big one, Drake was a big one, Bryson was a big one too. Yeah, like I fuck with all.
So
of
it sounds
them.
like you've gone to a couple concerts. Which one has been your favorite one?
I say Drake.
Drake, the 2016. Who else have you seen?
Not.
I know you
many,
said
yo.
Bryson, Drake.
If I'm not counting like the people who performed in it, like, cause I really only been like 2-3 concerts.
Okay.
But like, if I say like the people I've seen from like feature in the 2016 or like, I went the night that Rihanna came,
Okay.
and Lil Wayne came in Miami.
Okay. I haven't seen Lil Wayne. Tuh.
The night before.
Oh, word. I went that night. Shit was crazy with 4 seats. And then on the Bryson one, I saw Kodak, but like that wasn't
What a coincidence.
his best.
That wasn't his best. He doesn't. Oh wait, we saw Kodak once, but we weren't like at the spot. We were like outside of the spot,
Yeah.
and he was performing. It was in Wynwood, in one of those places.
Oh, right.
Yeah. What was it?
Trap Circus.
It was Trap Circus.
It was good. Or...
I mean, we were far. I wasn't there. Like, I can't judge off of like from far away. But he doesn't strike me as someone
Like
who's going to give me a Jay-Z performance.
Nah, but like he was like, you could tell like. Hey,
Let us in on the joke, Ronnie.
nah, I'm thinking. Look,
I'm thinking.
I don't know how many views this get.
What does it
Hey,
matter?
look, I don't want to pop off, and then they
And then what? This
niggas
go
go
viral?
start beefing shit.
Who
Yeah,
gonna
look.
start beefing? This is
But nah.
ambition our podcast. We don't believe in that.
But no, look. So,
We
but
don't
like,
even cook it.
it was like he was like drunk as fuck though. Like not even drunk as fuck,
Oh,
but like he was
okay.
off the shits. I don't know what. But it wasn't.
It wasn't his finest.
Well,
it
I mean,
wasn't
that's-
it.
that's
But
what it-
Bryson bodied though.
I mean, Bryson, of course. It's fucking Bryson. I can just imagine how dope that is. I mean, his album. I was talking to you earlier about how I've been listening to his recent albums just because it's so dope. And it's funny because I always associate music with a time in my life, and so that second album, I still keep calling it the second album, but
Which one?
it's called Truth. Is it Truth Hurts? No.
True to Self.
True to Self. There you
I know
go.
my niggas.
You do. And I've been listening to it, but I can't remember the name of. I listen to a lot of stuff, sorry. But that always reminds me of a time in my life where I was like stuck of where it was at, like what direction my life was going to go
Yeah.
into. And I just remember hearing that project and just like feeling feeling different, feeling like, okay, like this is kind of like not taking me away from what is going on in my life, but kind of just because there's like there's positive lyrics in that
Yeah.
album. Like if you listen to it, like he talks about like living in his car and just different situations. Like you just hear different things that he talks about, and then like, you know, like you would think that you gotta check from the way that you check on me. You know what I mean? Like, why you checking on me so much? Damn, man, just watch the
My
podcast.
nigga nice.
Yeah. Like,
nigga
yeah, no,
nice.
he's nice as fuck. So, but yeah, I've seen quite a few. That's why I was like excited to ask you like who you've seen. So, because I'm a big concert person.
He
Love
killed
him.
it. I think the dude that I want to see the most, I say like two. The people that I really want to see is like Travis. I feel like that nigga is fucking
His concert from the documentary
incredible,
looks
yo.
painful.
Travis and Beyonce,
I'm dying to see Beyonce.
cause like her shit is like
Did you watch
production,
Homecoming?
yo, yeah. I told you I watch and listen to everything. yo.
I have watched Homecoming more times.
her shit is production out the ass, and like her shit's just like, it's not even a performance, it's like a movie. Like,
Yeah.
and then Travis is just like the most energy you'll get from somebody, like,
And they both from Houston, H-Town.
and you feel it, like they make you feel whatever
They're saying,
singing,
singing,
and, yeah,
dancing, everything.
it's like,
I'm part of the Beehive. Every
yeah,
people that would listen and watch know that because
Beyonce's a
I
girl.
love Beyonce. So we can talk a whole another 15 minutes of just about Beyonce, but I'm not gonna do that to the people because I've done it enough. Ronnie, I'm really happy that you came. I'm really happy that I listened to your project, and that I got to talk to you about it. You know, as I was so excited to hear it and just the lyrics and everything. And I want everybody to make sure that they listen to your project. So make sure that you plug in where they can find you, social media, Twitter, everything. Drop your shit. Let them know what's up.
Ooh. Hey, look, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever else you got. IAMRANI, AMRAIN. And you can find my album, Spotify, Apple,
Tidal.
YouTube, Tidal, whatever the fuck you got, you can find it. It's I Am Ronnie, IAR, and that's about it. Yeah,
Bangers. A lot of bangers on there, guys.
straight up.
Make sure that you guys show love to First Place, the most recent video that we dropped here at Worth the Wait Records. A shout out to Spitz. Everybody who was a part of the video, like I said earlier. Shout out to our sponsors, Annie & Co., His and Hers, Miami Studio, who's located here in South Florida. go back and listen to the links and all
Shout
that
out
good
with
stuff.
Tom Brazy.
Yes. I was playing the album in the background. And thank you guys so much to everybody who has been tuning in. Guys, this is 95 episodes that I've been doing this, and I yeah, and that shit, like you guys always hear me say, is fucking crazy that I've been doing this for that many episodes. I'm very grateful. I always want to say that and make sure that I say that to you guys because, I mean, hello. I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful that you made it to another episode. If you made it this far, you deserve all the fucking cookies in the world. Sorry, player, for cursing if you heard me curse.
I'm sorry too.
My dad watches the podcast, and he tells me,
I'm sorry.
He's like, you gotta stop cursing so much.
If I would have known I couldn't curse, I
No,
would've.
you can curse. We can curse.
I don't like to curse.
We can curse. It's just I don't even think today was more like our cursing was at like a PG level, I would say. So we good.
For sure.
We good. I think I did. Have I did good?
You curse.
Who, me?
She said PG. You curse, yo.
No, I don't. All right. So for the 95th time in a motherfucking row, bitch. It's your girl Audi 3000. Thank you to my special guest, I Am Rani, for coming through. Make sure y'all check out his project.
For sure.
Available everywhere. And we
Big facts.
are out of here.
Big facts.
Yay. And low-key wanted to